filter. I mean, okay, so okay, my video ran out, so I had to start over. So we're continuing with the filter, and that doesn't matter which way that's facing because it looks the same and it's going inside. So then you have this. Whoops, this needs to be this way. It does need to be a certain way because you need to know what you're doing with the seam. So you have that edge facing yet another direction, okay? And you just line these guys up. Just try to get them all even, because we're going to be stitching this. Okay, then you're going to go over to the machine. And I'm going to start like right up in this area around here. I'm going to sew. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew up to here, and I'm going to sew up to here, and then I'm going to do the rest. Okay, so see what I'm doing here. Everything's lined up. I'm going to get started a little ways back here. You're going to line the fabric up against the edge there, like we talked about, okay? And this doesn't have to be perfect, just get it close. Down this goes, down with the pressure foot, and here, whoops, here we go, right to the edge there. And I'm going to go over, okay, that seam, all those wadded up seams. I'm going to pick up the pressure foot, and I'm going to shift this fabric a little bit so it can be back in line with that edge. Now look, see how this came apart? So you want to check all this. You want to make sure all this stuff's going to puff out. Don't worry about it, but just make sure you get this guys lined up. That was cupboard door slamming because Pantaleimon is getting in the cupboards. Of course he is. Okay. Now, I'm going to lift this up again and move this over a little. And we're going to stitch that. Okay. Now let's get this even, Steven. Get this going. You can pull these out like this, flatten it all together, all those fabrics, okay? And you're gonna do your best. Like, I'm not an experienced sewer, so I'm trying to, okay, just fix it some more. Line up, let's line this up, move this, okay. Just going to go to the end and back stitch. Okay. Go back again and off it goes. Alright. So we did all the way that way, but we've got this edge that we didn't do yet. Now for me, this is going to be easier. See, I got past that. We did it. We got past that guy. Okay, now I'm going to turn this other side of fabric towards me because it's going to be easier for me to, instead of continuing with this business, flipping it over is going to be easier for me because I'm going to start, this is already stitched, I'm going to start it around here and stitch over that again. So there's no gap in stitching. So we'll line that up again. How we want it to be. Hopefully get this guy out of the way. I hope so. But this is all messed up, so I've got to straighten this out a little bit. Okay. Alright, just gonna make sure that's nice and straight. Okay, and starting back from what's already stitched. Try to stitch right on top of it if you can. There it goes. Now I'm going to lift it again so I can get this over just a little bit. Put this down. Trying to get past that nose bridge area. It's finicky. Pull this up, turn just a little bit, and adjust all this stuff again. It's a constant thing. Pull this flat, flatten all this, keep a hold of the side, just push this down smoothly so it's not all rumpled, and off we go again. And backstitch, and all the way. All right. That's the top. Very good, very good. Get some threads off here. I guess Django is just being really quiet. Amazing. He usually makes noise when I'm talking. If I'm talking on the phone, or talking to people, he gets all excited. Okay. Threads. Just cleaning stuff up. It's best to clean up as you go. Oh, and here's some we didn't get. Okay. Okay, now that whole top area has everything stitched together, all the layers. Now, guess what? We go to the bottom of the mask. We're going to sew the bottom. That will be the next thing. So again, the whole thing is easy to do, starting with the middle, lining everything up just like before. It's right. Make sure this is all centered together. Just get it very, very lined up. And again, on this side, this doesn't have a big curve to it. Sorry, out of view. Okay, now we're just gonna stitch through this guy. Like I said, close to the, a little kind of close to the seam in the middle. Put the pressure foot down and sew towards that seam in the middle, keeping the distance. Okay, gotten over the hump of that seam, that bulky seam, and line up the fabric again. Okay. Let's pressure foot up. We can turn this a little bit. And then this, after it gets going a little bit, will be more of a straight line now. We still have to keep that together. Okay. Okay, and back we go. Reverse. And forward. Off it goes. Okay. Little snips. Ever snip, snip. Can't get a hold of it. Okay. Now we just have the other side of the bottom part. So now you can turn it this way so it's easier to see. Your fabric will be facing the way you're used to. Just line this guy up. And just make sure you get over far enough. Again, stitch on the area you already did, start back here and go down. Okay, gonna do that. Oh, I lift my pressure foot up. Okay, there we go. We're going back. We already were there. I'm going to stitch over the same spot. And now straighten it out. Straighten it all out. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, and away we go. Fixed again. Okay. That's taut. Got a little crooked, not a big deal. Okay. Reverse. Oop. The reverse didn't want to go. And back forwards. And all the way off. Okay, again with the snips. Now you've got the top and the bottom sewn together. Go you! Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this baby inside out. But before we do that, we got to have another cheers. My drink's getting all melty. It's a slow process. I have to take a big gulp so I don't miss out on some of the frozen goodness. Okay, so you're just going to open this up on the side here, and you're going to just take the layers between the outer fabric and the inner fabric, and you're going to go between them, and then you're just going to turn this inside out. Okay, just keep pushing it through just carefully. You know, you don't want to get real carried away because you might rip your seams if you're too forceful. Just kind of pull. Magic, magic, magic. It's getting there, getting there. Okay. Takes a little finessing. And you know, this fabric is wrinkled, whatever. Something that is a nice thing to do at this point, which I'm not going to do, but you can do it, is it'll make this easier, it'll look better, is to iron this. If you're a sewer and you know if you have a sewing ham, you can, you know, push this over the sewing ham and press it with an iron. But I don't have one, and I'm not going to use it, obviously. So here we are this is the top, and we've got that the nose bridge here in the metal. So just like right at the seam between the two, just bend it right in the middle, and then you can see this. Make sure this is all just pushed out and full to the ends of your seam there. See, that goes nice and like that. You can press it flat, you know, and if you've got this all ironed here, it will work a lot better. Okay? All right, so now that we've done that, now we are going to sew the insides, the ends, I mean. So you're going to take this layer with the filter layer and the liner, and you're going to, I don't use the iron for this because you can, it's neater if you do, but I'm just going to do it by hand. So you just get a good bunch of it, and you want to just sew this down. Now, it can be helpful if you cut this down here, which I think I will do actually, just to give it just a little cut right on the side here. Don't cut your seam, but just get it a little bit, cut it in a little, and then I'm gonna cut it in just on the filter layer and the liner. Cut that down a little here as well. You'll see why in a minute. Okay. All right, now I cut that down a little bit because what's going to happen is we're going to fold this filter layer and the liner. We're going to fold that down like so. Okay? It's got to go down. It's got to be, I don't know, maybe it should be about 1 inch, and I think I need a little more room, actually. Okay. Cut some more, a little bit more. Cut a little bit more. Okay, now let's try this again. Got that. Fold it in. Just fold it straight across, and here we go. Okay, that is. Just try to make it straight. Just even. I'm not going to mess with this too much because I'm just trying to show you guys. All right, now we're going to stitch across here. All right, just make sure you are stitching close to this edge so that the fabric that is turned over underneath there is going to get caught. Okay, so here we go. Again, start this, make this off. Okay, now we're just following the edge. Oh, my pedal is out of my reach. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this close to this edge here. I'm not gonna give this a big seam allowance because we're getting that fabric caught. Okay. And you guessed it, go backwards. Take this off, cut it, and we want to go backwards over this as well. The top. Okay. More trimming. Now, mine are not very neat. I've only made one mask. This is the second one. You learn things as you're doing this. I've never done this before, so... Okay. You would think I was a person that sews because of all the stuff that I have. I just intended. I do intend to sew. And here I am doing it. Okay. Da-da. All right, something sticking from where this thread's trying to. Oh, okay. There's so many threads to cut. All right. And now we're going to go to the other side. You guessed it. And do the same thing. Straighten this out. Makes nice and try to pull this out. That's why it's good to have ironed this. Let's go right along the edge here. Cut a little bit down. And that's over here as well. I don't really want to cut this fabric with these snips. I'm doing it. Bad habit. Don't do that. Okay. Again. Same thing on this end. Duh. Okay. Nice, and do this real quick. Oh, don't leave that in reverse. Okay. Whoops, I went before. Oh, my thread won't break. Okay. All right, more snipping. I meant to give a shout out to my girl, Chanda Thompson, because she actually gave me this fabric here and some other fabric, and I remembered I had it, so yay, made everything complete. I sure do love her a ton. Okay, now what we're gonna do is this guy here. Now, this is a sloppy, like this sloppy edge or whatever. Just get rid of it. Don't need it. Okay. Now this, what we're going to do here, this is going to be folded. Just give it a slim, about halfway down the middle of this fabric. Just kind of go halfway. And then you're going to fold it again, like so, like that. Okay, and then you're going to stitch really close to the edge along here. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Really, when I started this, I should have really just started with the, I don't know why I didn't do it, but going forward. And then the reverse. Anyway, I think I screwed up, you guys. I got too... Alright, this is... I got too far. I messed up. I got too far over, and that elastic is not going to fit through here. Alright, we're just... Oops, still in reverse. Okay. Alright. That is a big flop. This one is a flop because, you see this? This is stitched too far away. Frickin' elastic isn't going to fit through there because the elastic is going to go through here. Oh, well. Okay, anyways, you still saw what I did. Okay, and again, we're going to do this. What is that? Oh, who knows what's happening here. All right, just fold this in. A similar thing. Just make sure this is going to go over. I'm going to get it closer. And this isn't wide enough either. Well, at least you get what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so what I needed to do that I messed up. So I did not fold this fabric here far down enough to make this fold over to be big enough space. But theoretically, you get what I did. Okay, so if you're doing it, fold it down more. Fold fold this guy down farther. That's something I just realized. Okay. So this mask is close. It's close, folks. Okay. Next thing you do is you take one of your pieces of elastic, get one of those guys out, okay, and you're going to take a safety pin and you're just going to poke it through here, like so. Just poke it through like so, close it up. And so what this needed to do was to go through here. So you would get the end, stick this clothespin through and just kind of push it, keep pulling the inching your way like so. But yeah, that won't, it won't go through because I screwed it up. But let's just pretend it did, okay? So don't make the mistake I made. You'd pull this through, it'll be inside. Pull that through, pull it through, pull it through, pull it through, pull it through, and then you're gonna go over to the other side and you will do the that over here and you will push this through. And I screwed that side up too. Ha ha ha. I'm not gonna start this video over. It's not happening. So you will pull this through, okay? And out that end. So you would have this elastic will be inside on both sides like this, okay? And then the only thing left to do is you would take that safety pin off. And this is a tricky part. This is real tricky. You probably want a pin, sewing pin for this, especially because this elastic is so skinny. But you're going to pin this, okay? 2 layers, make it, a good at least inch plus on top of each other on either side, and you will stitch that. And you have to be very careful and look very closely at what you're doing. Like I said, put the pressure foot down about here. And start your needle about here. And just slowly, real slowly, you got to look real carefully. And stitch down here, back stitch, and back stitch. Go over it a couple times. And elastic will be connected. And then you will have this guy, okay? And one thing that's nice about this guy, like this kind of mask, is that when you would take this and you can put this over your head, and that's going to be on the back of your neck. And then you take the top part and you put it behind your head on the top, and they can move this elastic around whatever part of their head. It's not like gonna be right on the ears and pulling on your ears and making your ear uncomfortable. That's why I did this design instead of like the ones that have the elastic like this short or whatever, because this just is more adjustable for different people. And I've heard they want 2 colors because they might be putting this over an N95 mask anyway, but they want 2 colors to show, because sometimes someone might use this on the outside and have this inside, and they might change it. But anyway, these can be washed. They won't use them very much. It's a throwaway thing, and it will be like, they can reuse it, but once it gets moist or whatever, it's not good anymore. But they can just have a bunch of these and like take them home, put them in a bag, and like wash it and you know, sanitize it. And by the way, I forgot to mention that you want to wash and dry all your fabric before you do anything with it, before cutting it out or anything. And you want to wash it in hot water and dry it on high so that it shrinks to the level that it's going to shrink, and it won't shrink anymore and mess you up. Okay, that's it for me. This thing is a long ass 2 videos now, so I only got a couple sips out of my drink. But cheers, you guys. Love you all, and I hope this helped anyone that wanted to see it. Thanks so much. Take care.